Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your Farming Simulator 19 Mod Contest Spotlight. That somehow didn't sound right that time. Today we're going to be looking at something that actually did get removed from the contest before I got a chance to make a video on it, but I do want to make a video on every mod that was entered on and released on the initial release day. You might notice that there are a couple of mods that I've got a big release removed sign on the thumbnail, and those are mods that have been removed from the contest for one reason or another. I don't care to know the reasons. I don't think it's relevant. I just want to look at how good or bad a mod is, and the mod that we're going to be looking at today is the Dangreville Bale trailer. Now, oh my god, those little wheels are adorable. Also, the trailer is... I'm not sure if the trailer's huge or the tires are tiny. It's very hard to decide. So you can choose the teeny tiny Trelleborgs, Michelins that actually look like real tires, and it is just a big trailer. That's all the options you have. Even though the wheel setup for the Michelins is standard too. Capacity, I'm not sure if that's the right word for it. Front extension, back and front extension. Or Okun extensions, I'm presuming that means without. It might well be a French mod. We'll get no extensions, just get it like this. And we'll have a look at the modelling. Now this isn't maybe the best thing to be doing in terms of like, oh, it's not in the contest, why are you looking at it? It's because I believe that the modder might want to release it after the contest or separately somewhere around the internet, and if he does, or she does for that matter, you guys at least can have a mod review to see what it was like on this day, or in the contest spec. In terms of modelling, there's some really nice details, like that one bent pin by the indicator there. That's bent in the opposite, or in the same direction on this side. So that's supposed to, I guess, be there's some damage to it somehow, even though it's brand new, because everything in Farm Sim is brand new always, for some reason. Minor quibble, and I'm going to mention this about every mod that has it. I strongly dislike mods that have built-in, baked-on number plates. Strongly dislike them, because without making them optional or having like a customization option, I do know that CD Models does this, and I applaud them for doing this, and I love this as an idea. Having like a range of number plate options, and one of them being no number plate at all, is probably a better fit for how definitely how I play Farm Sim, so it is personal preference for me. But for maybe how a lot of people play Farm Sim, because they'll play on different maps from different countries, and having, we'll say, a British map like I would normally do, and having a French vehicle on it, or a French trailer with a French number plate, it always just irks me that small bit, and I'm slightly less likely to use a mod as a result. The detail work on these stickers is really nice. By the way, I'm not gonna like take points away for having the number plate. The detail work is really nice. Another personal preference thing that I dislike, and it's just because I dislike these as a whole, is the dolly trailer bit. I think it would be cool if this was maybe a bit taller, or had a fifth wheel attachment, or an option for a fifth wheel attachment. I don't know if Dangreville or Dangerville, or how it's pronounced, do that in reality, but in terms of like Farm Sim mods, that'd be really cool. Did the trailer just... Did something really weird happen with the trailer just then? Hang on. Yeah, the front of the trailer seems really light, because it does... If you get it to go over a bump at any kind of speed, it just kind of occasionally lofts itself way up and stays there for a bit. The straps make sense. Part of me feels like there could be more, but I'm not going to complain about that amount of straps. It's a functional trailer. It's completely functional. I don't know why it was taken out of the contest, nor frankly do I care. All I know is it got removed from the mod contest, and it is no longer available to download on the mod hub. In the contest section, at least. I don't know if it's been moved over to the main mod hub. Sometimes mods get removed from the contest and they get just ported onto the directly onto the main mod hub for PC. Don't know if that's the case here. It might not be. It might be. I don't know. I don't know the particulars of why it was removed. If you do know and you want to leave in the comments, that's fine. If you don't know and you want to know, maybe do some digging yourself. So back to my rating system. It's a 1 to 5 system, and there are decimals because I've decided so, because it's arbitrary at the end of the day. 1 is barely functional. It loads into the game but doesn't do much else than that, or has major issues. 2 is loads in, it works pretty well. There are some issues that detract from the mod, but it's by no means broken. 3 is pretty much giant standards. And the reason I've chosen 3 as being giant standards and 3 being the average is frankly because I would expect I use kind of giant standards as a baseline for my own standards for mods. If it sounds, I am very picky with mods personally, so if something doesn't get up to giant standards minimum, is not at least as good as the in-game equipment, I'm more than likely not going to use it. 4 is maybe 4 is a bit nebulous. It's maybe better modeled than Giants. It maybe has a cool script that does something amazing. It maybe just sets itself apart in some way or adds something to the game or something like that. And then 5 is has been changed since FS17. My 5 used to be a lot less strict than a lot less difficult to get than this. 5 is it has to be completely game changing. 5 is basically reserved for Seasons mod and stuff like maybe I'm trying to think of a few other mods. Courseplay, I would argue, might be a 5. Soil mod, if anybody played long ago and remember Soil mod, that was a 5. It changes the way that you play the game, changes the availability of stuff in the game, and is just like once you start using it, you play the game differently forever. That's a 5. But this trailer, this Dangreville, is I'll give it a 3.1. Yeah, 3.1. It actually gains 0.2 for the customization options, but it loses 0.1 because the Trelleborg tires make absolutely no sense to me. I complained about the AgPro trailer pack having an issue with the tires being too big and the wheels being too big. I feel like the Trelleborg tires with the Dangreville are just too small. You wouldn't, I don't believe you wouldn't, or I don't believe you would use tires that small and wheels that small on something that's going to be holding multiple tons. I would argue that the smallest wheels you'd want to reasonably use are these Michelins. And as a secondary kind of mini complaint that's not affecting it really, the non-selectable tire options, but having a tire option called Standard 2 for the Michelin tires is a bit strange to me. Like, the Trelleborgs are standards, but the Michelins for some reason are Standard 2? What happened to Standard 1? Like, and if you're wondering what I'm talking about, the Trelleborgs, maybe the Dolly have that small tire and small wheel, but the main body, they just strike me as being too small. And not having enough kind of air suspension, and the air in the tires is basically the suspension. So with the tiny wheels, would, I could imagine, do some damage to the bales themselves, even though they're quite sturdy. That said, I think it's time to end this. I will see you again soon. Until then, stay safe, and goodbye.